Hey guys, I'm back with another monthly mental health favorites video. I missed October, I think, because of my whole knee drama, but I'm back with November favorites. I only have a few because for most of the past 2 months I've been just like laying around doing nothing. But I do have a few favorites that I wanted to share. Let's get started. All right, first off, I wanted to say that November was a really fulfilling month, despite the fact that, you know, I was kind of in pain for a lot of the month. This like knee stuff I know can maybe sound like I'm beating a dead horse by talking about it still, but it's been a really slow recovery, and having 2 kids, it's been difficult, but November was just a really fulfilling month. We saw a lot of family, and our little boy turned 2, and I've been offered just a lot of different lessons over the past couple months. I've been kind of given a different perspective, and it's really made me go into this holiday season just with a full heart and very thankful, and trying to honestly appreciate just the ordinary things in life. And I hate that that's a cliche, but none of us do it as much as we can. Is this like straight? I don't even like, okay. Production was not my thing in freaking college. Everyone knows that. Shout out to Bridget if she ever sees this, because she really kept my sanity in college when it came to production. Anyway, okay. First favorite. This cookbook, 28 Days Clean Eating. I have been struggling with getting on the whole health bandwagon ever since I had Archer, my little guy who just turned 2 this month. I have done a variety of different workouts. I've done different kind of diets. I've done calorie counting. It's honestly been quite the process and very frustrating, if I'm being super honest. I have just really struggled to get back to a very healthy lifestyle. I lived a pretty healthy lifestyle before I had Ella, and I didn't have that much difficulty getting back on the bandwagon after I had her. But after I had Archer, I am not really sure. My body kind of got thrown out a little bit from pregnancy. I'm still having some problems with different muscles and stuff. Now this knee injury, and I've struggled to find a good consistent workout, a good consistent diet, and this cookbook has really helped me. I love dessert. I just love dessert. I love pastries, I love donuts, I love coffee cake, I love cake, I love anything that has frosting, and no shame. I'm never gonna give that up entirely because I just kind of want to live my life. And I'm never not gonna eat dessert. Sorry, that's just how I choose to live my life. But I understand that living that way can kind of rack up some pounds. It's not the best thing in the world for your body, so I often turn to this book. This book is just a good, simple, kind of like a mom's BFF when it comes to easy, clean eating. It's fast. A lot of the stuff is fast. All of the stuff I've made out of here has been super good. All clean eating. The thing that sold me on this, well, was one, it was in the bargain section at Barnes & Noble for like $9. 2, though, it had a dessert section. Like, I'm not gonna buy a cookbook that doesn't have a dessert section. I just am not. One of the favorites in our house from this has been these streusel-topped blueberry muffins. Delicious. Now, I know a lot of the things out of clean eating books, you can automatically kind of assume that it's gonna taste really clean and not very indulgent or just yummy. Those muffins are to die. My kids love them. I love them. Anything out of this cookbook has just been amazing. I like that I make stuff out of here that doesn't take 10 hours, you know, peeling and chopping and growing my own vegetables and all this stuff. This is just, I would highly recommend it. I'll try to find a link and put it into the description below. Numero 2, oil diffuser. I have been kind of eyeing oil diffusers for a while now. I haven't really been super sold on them, number 1. Number 2, they're kind of pricey because, well, the diffusers themselves tend to not be very pricey, but you can only put really pure, like, essential oils in these things, and it's the pure essential oils that tend to be pricey. I think it was like in the middle of my recovery, so maybe like week 4 or week 5, I was really starting to feel just crappy. Like I had been in my bed for like a lot of the time, hadn't really gone out much. My anxiety was getting a little out of control. I was feeling down, and I came across one of these somehow, and I was like, I'm buying it. It's just happening. I need these stress levels to go down. So this was on sale, I think, on Amazon. It was for a really good price. This was a total steal. I got the chamomile essential oil. Is that even gonna like focus? Probably not, because this is like not a fancy classy camera here. But it's 100% pure essential oil. It's the chamomile kind. You just put a few drops of some water in this, let this baby diffuse, and it's just like, you know, mist air that smells like chamomile, and it kind of just calms you down. I love turning it on after I put the kids to bed and just having some, like, watch a TV show and let it do its thing, and it calms me down. That is exactly what I wanted, so this delivered. This was very expensive, but it was on crazy sale. I want to say this was like $50 original price, and I was like, hell no. But this, I think it was on sale for like $15 or something, and I was like, okay, well, a few drops, whatever, cool. So I got it. I really like it. Another favorite. Now these are mental health favorites, so let's remember that and keep the judgment at a low. But my next favorite is puzzles. Every time I think about doing a puzzle, I think of that one scene from Friends where Phoebe sets up like shop in Ross's apartment because she's crashing with him for a while, and she has her massage table in the middle of his living room, and one of his clients, or one of Phoebe's clients, like showed up to the door, but she wasn't there, and so they were talking about it because Ross was upset, and Ross was like, you know, I like to come home at the end of the day and, you know, just do a puzzle. And then he was like, beer. I mean, ice cold beer. And I was just, I think of Ross when I think of puzzles. Puzzles are so good for you if you have anxiety. Like, they just are. It's so relaxing, and it keeps your mind focused. It's kind of like coloring. It's on that same bar. But I did a puzzle the other day, and I was just like, I need to do these more often, like legit. So I want puzzles for Christmas, guys. Whatever, call me grandma. So since these are mental health favorites, not every single favorite in the videos are gonna be like tangible things. They're obviously gonna be things that are just good for mind, body, and spirit, soul. A lot of what made November so fulfilling and good was being around people in a very meaningful way. You know, Thanksgiving was really special. We had my parents over in the morning for the parade, and it was Archie's birthday, and we went to my best friend's parents' house in the evening, and then we went to my family's house, my aunt's house, for like a second Thanksgiving that weekend. And it was just so, that whole week was so fulfilling and sweet and just nice, you know, and like nice doesn't even describe it. For the longest time when I was out west, and I would do so much reading and research on, and therapists would even tell me, on, you know, one of the biggest ways to benefit your mental health and help kind of heal your anxiety and keep it at bay and heal depression is to be around people. And that was the biggest thing that we struggled with out west. We just didn't have that full calendar of stuff to do, you know, like, oh, we're going to this person's house next weekend, or we're seeing these people next month, or there was never really that part of life that just kind of comes fluidly when you're around loved ones. It was so frustrating to me because I knew, just knowing my own personality, that I would benefit so much, and that alone would just help my mental health so much. And this November has really made me very, very extremely grateful for the opportunity to have moved back to Michigan, because there were so many things kind of like thrown in my face to remind me that this is a blessing. It's like a privilege. This is something that we worked really, really hard for. It did not come easy to us. You know, I just have been extremely grateful to be around people who love us, who care about us, who we love, who love my kids. It's been very, very, very fulfilling. So November as a whole, you've been my favorite. check that off the list. This has been, I'm gonna try not to cry. I don't cry in front of people, so it shouldn't be that difficult, but I feel like I might have been with this one. Going through this injury has been eye-opening for me, and I feel honestly so stupid when I talk about this knee injury, because it is a knee injury. I get it. Like, I didn't have like, you know, like some major organ removed or some crazy disease I was diagnosed with. Like, it was my meniscus. Like, calm down, it'll heal. It just takes a while. I know all of that. But because I've been in ERs and hospitals and doctor's offices, I've been around so many people who were in pain. I wrote a blog post on this, and I can link that down below. But I really struggled writing that blog post for a little while. It's something that I had drafted up like weeks ago, and I just didn't post it because I had kind of a hard time writing it, and I didn't really know how to write it. I feel like I was more affected by what I was seeing around me than like the pain of this injury, if that makes sense. I haven't really had an injury or any reason to be in an ER for an extensive period of time. I mean, aside from panic attacks, but those tended to be in the middle of the night, and so the ER was kind of dead. But it's a rough place. You know, people are in a lot of pain, and you know, I was sitting there waiting to get admitted for something, and there was this woman carrying around like a bucket because she was waiting to throw up, and there were these other people who were just laying in their beds, like older people, just totally wrapped up and looking like they were just in so much pain. And I felt like, I don't know, I felt just bad. Like, my injury is nothing. Like, it's my knee, it'll heal. And I just kept thinking and wondering about everybody who I was seeing, like, frequently at that point, because I felt like I had been in and out of hospitals for these blood clots and these, like, surgery and the original diagnosis and the original injury and all of this stuff. And it was just, you know, hard. I had to see a hematologist, or I am seeing a hematologist. It's a blood doctor for these blood clots, because he's managing my blood clots. And he's an oncologist, so he's in a cancer center, part of a hospital. Those appointments are probably the ones I get most nervous for, not because blood clots on themselves are a little unnerving, but because of where I have to go. I have seen more people in the past couple months with very dark circles under their eyes and looking very beat and somber and with headscarves on their heads, and it's just made me think, you know, like, freaking honestly, if you are one of these people who are not living this life, like, this isn't your normal, you are lucky. Like, I am lucky. I am lucky that this is just a knee injury and this will pass and I'll be able to chase my kids again and help my husband cook again, and it'll be gone. But every time, you know, a woman walked by me looking so rough, I would just question, like, you know, and like pray for her. Like, is she gonna be okay? Oh my gosh, it's like, it really makes you honestly thankful, like really thankful, not like shallowly thankful, like, you know, you go around on Thanksgiving and say, I'm thankful for my family. Like, you probably are, but you are, I shouldn't say it like that, but everyone kind of passes these things off as a cliche, but like, honestly, I've learned to thank God literally every day, like, more, just be more thankful that I'm living life healthy and my kids are healthy and my husband's healthy, because you just never know. You never know what's gonna happen. Whew. Favorite outing. Okay, all of my holiday celebrations were my favorite, but Black Friday shopping was like, hit a special satisfaction in my heart, because I remember when I had Archie was born like 3 days before Thanksgiving, I think. And I remember I had a doctor's appointment on Black Friday. There was no way in hell I was going Black Friday shopping that year, but I was up at like 4 a.m. because I was feeding him, and I had the TV on and I was watching the news and this crazy mad rush of people like busting through a Walmart or something, and I had never done Black Friday shopping, and I was just thinking like, I just want to do Black Friday shopping one year. I just want to do it all in. Get up early before the sun rises, get my coffee, and just shop all day. And I remember thinking like, no one's gonna want to do that with me. Like, no one's gonna want to go shop at 6 a.m. Like, who the hell would? But my best friend was like, let's do it. And we planned Black Friday shopping. It was amazing. She picked me up at like 7 o'clock. It was still dark outside. I think the sun was just rising. She had Christmas music blasting. We went to a bunch of stores. We were out for 10.5 hours that day. And it was just like this total high. I mean, we were exhausted by the end of the day. We were like lumping over on like Kohl's mattresses, but like, it was just awesome and almost like a little dream like come true. I know it sounds ridiculous because a lot of people at her family celebration for Thanksgiving were like, I'm never going Black Friday shopping and like whatever. We were like, yes, we're gonna do it. It was just, you know, another thing that boosted, you know, my spirits. So good for my mental health, and any sort of outing where you're with friends is just its own little kind of medicine. Those are my November favorites. I know there weren't a lot, but like I said, you know, I was kind of in bed a lot these past couple months, so I don't have a ton of stuff, but anything that I mentioned in the video, I will link down below in the description. And if you have any favorite, or if you've stumbled upon anything that has helped you, particularly with your mental health or anything like that, please let me know, because I'm constantly on the lookout for things that can, you know, better my mental health and better my state of living. So that's it for now, guys. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.